couple bulleted items first is Teams. When you install Office 365 Pro Plus, Microsoft Teams will now be included as part of that install with the standard Office products. Yeah, that's fine. It will be installed as part of the Office products, so keep that in mind, and that will allow you to have Intune support as part of deploying Microsoft Teams. And then there's some handful of Teams features that I just kind of wanted to point out and kind of show you guys what's now available in Microsoft Teams. Like Rob mentioned earlier, this isn't the full list, right? These are kind of key things that we think is valuable. So one of the first ones is our ability to actually show Teams. Am I sharing my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the ability to show SharePoint lists from within the Teams client. So as I created a new tab, I selected SharePoint. And then once the SharePoint loads, I see the individual pages that I can expose within Teams. And now I can select a given list and expose a SharePoint list within the Teams application. Within the Teams application, I have the ability to filter, add, and modify list items from within the Teams client. Really cool stuff. We've been waiting for a while for this functionality, and finally now we're being able to expose lists within Teams as well as SharePoint pages. Another item that I want to point out is voice recordings. So in the event that you do not want to type within a thread, we now have the ability to, in a threaded conversation on your mobile device, you'll notice two different mics. You have the mic for your keyboard on your mobile phone, and then there's another mic on your mobile phone within the Teams application. When you press and hold down that mic, you can actually record your conversation, keep holding, release, and then it will save a WAV file that can then be listened to within the Teams app by other members within your team. The fourth option, or the fourth thing I wanted to point out, is what we call a call transfer or consult. So during a phone conversation, I have the ability, so in this example, I have the ability to go to a team member, and we'll see if we can distract someone that's probably not working, such as Rhett. He never works. So I could call Rhett on Teams. I'll dial a phone conversation. Let's see if he picks up. I'll stay muted. Oh man. See, maybe he is actually working. That's rare. Let me find someone else. All right, let me call another team member here. Give me 1 second. This is worth it. This is really great stuff. So Eric finds. So let me just start a threaded conversation with you, Eric.
We didn't say anything bad about it.
Yeah. Well, you're often inappropriate, so I probably shouldn't have used you as an example. So I can make a phone call to Eric Fines here. He'll pick up. And what I can do, the idea around this consulting is I can be having a phone conversation with someone, and then I can use this menu here and consult, then transfer, which allows me then to call another individual within the organization. It places my current call with Eric on hold, and I can communicate with someone else on the team. And at that point, once he's on hold and I'm having the conversation with someone else, I can then choose to transfer, and it will dial who I'm transferring to, and then Eric will have his phone conversation with someone else. So pretty slick stuff. And then lastly on Teams, the other thing that we wanted to show is screen sharing. So you'll notice here, now we have an additional icon in the top right-hand corner of my threaded conversation with Eric Vines, and I can choose to share my screen with Eric Vines without starting a phone call. Before we were forced to actually start a phone conversation and then share. Now we could just share instantly without dialing any audio. And that's all that we have, at least for this month or this quarter on Teams.